2 decades. More than 600 events. Over 25 countries. An unparalleled experience. One name, Zak. Since its inception in 1994, the Zak Group provided creative planning and exceptional execution of events and exhibitions for a variety of industries, including facade and fenestration, engineering, jewelry, and many more. With a presence and footholding in over 25 countries, Zak Group is a frontrunner in the area of trade fairs, exhibitions, and conferences globally, and has outstandingly organized a plethora of high-quality and value-added events that matched and on several occasions surpassed the international standards. Year 2017 saw the commencement of the first edition of Zak Awards for Excellence in Building Envelope Design and Execution, celebrating the exemplary work in facade and fenestration design and execution by architects, contractors, and developers. After a successful completion of the first edition, we are yet again gathered together to celebrate the unprecedented and extraordinary work in facade and fenestration design. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome you all today to the second edition of Zak Awards 2018. Dream. Aspire. Innovate. Inspire.
Good evening, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very, very warm welcome to the second edition of Zak Awards for Excellence in Facade and Fenestration 2018. Can we begin this fantastic evening with a nice, loud round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Come on. I'm Zenia Fernandez, your host for this grand evening. And well, here is my story. So whether I walk the crescent-shaped downtown district of Mumbai, that we all know as Kala Ghoda, or whether I walk the winding alleys of Bandra, which has still managed to retain some Portuguese vibes, whether I have sat underneath the Eiffel Tower and wondered what's more awe-inspiring, its mathematics or just the sight of it, or whether I have shopped in Italy's oldest shopping mall, Galleria Vittorio, which was built in 1865 and still stands still and in fact houses the biggest brands in the world. I, ladies and gentlemen, know one thing for sure, that all of this is in my experience because one day you, yes, someone like you, decided to head to the draft board or pick a paper and pen and create art that stands still and timeless even today. And that, ladies and gentlemen, deserves a round of applause. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate the best designs, some phenomenal projects, and the most flawless execution that have made a mark in our industry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my absolute pleasure. I'm really delighted to welcome most distinguished members of our industry that are seated here right in front of me today to support and applaud the remarkable achievements made in every field of facade and fenestration. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful evening. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, to take this evening forward, let's rewind a little bit and understand the making of Zak Awards. And to do so, there can be no one better than the man who's really at the helm of it all. Please help me welcome Director, Zak Trade Fairs and Exhibitions, Mr. Syed Azan Ahmad.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Syed Azan Ahmed, Director of Zak Trade Fairs and Exhibitions Private Limited. We humbly welcome you to the second edition of Zak Awards for Excellence in Facade and Fenestration. It is our honor and privilege to have you all with us this evening, wishing all the nominees the absolute best. And sit back, relax, and I hope you all enjoy this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Azam. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tremendously delighted to say that Zak Awards this year got a very, very overwhelming response. Over 400 entries from all over India were received. So before we announce the winners tonight, I think it's only fitting that we share the process at which we arrive at the winning list and how the jury carefully chose the best of the best. So to tell us more about this, let's welcome with a warm round of applause Mr. Amiya Swarup, Director of Ernst & Young, who are the process advisors for these awards.
We're here to celebrate, recognize, and honor developers, architects, and contractors for their initiatives in the second edition of Zak Awards. I'll briefly take you through the process and why it was extremely crucial to have a fair and robust awards process. The objective of the awards was to recognize developers, architects, and contractors across India who have made exemplary contribution to the industry through the best-in-class design and construction. Establish benchmarks for the designers, facade specialists, and industry enthusiasts to look up to. I truly believe that is exactly what is being awarded tonight. In this edition, as mentioned, we received an overwhelming response, and we selected 42 finalists. The role of EY was to develop the process to manage implementation risk, design award concept with special focus on dynamic industry, and validate whether the process was performed as desired. We had also monitored the entire process to confirm the independence and fairness for the same. So we had 3 layers of filters built in the entire process. Once all the entries were received, there was a very strong due diligence done by Ernst & Young. Post that, there was a group of expert jury panel who went through the 400 plus entries and shortlisted them into the finalists, and then we invited these finalists to come and present to the final jury members. Post that presentation, all the finalists which were selected, we had performed the on-ground field visit to verify the specification technicalities of the project. EY moderated all the jury rounds and tabulated the scores to determine the winners in each of the categories. On behalf of Ernst & Young, I'd like to congratulate all the participants for their great effort and to all the winners for making it so far. I hope all of you have a great evening tonight ahead. Thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, they say that an award is as strong as its jury. And I must say, in our case, with utmost modesty, that our jury is as strong and as elaborate as it gets. And of course, the effort and the time that was invested by our revered jury members is absolutely commendable. We'd like to honor our esteemed panel of jury, and to do the honors, may I welcome on stage Mr. Farid Khan, Director and CEO, Profine India. All right, then, here we go. Well, before I invite our jury members on stage, I'm going to request each and every jury member to please stay back with us on stage after being felicitated, as we'd like to take a quick photo opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our esteemed jury members. Mr. Ashish Pimpalkhare, Associate Director, Gleeds Hulman. Mr. Gautam Bhasin, Regional Manager, India, Inhabit Group. Mr. Kiran Kapadia, Founder, Kapadia Associates. Mr. Mahesh Arumugam, Regional Director, South Asia, Meinhardt Facades. Mr. Matthew Meyer, Director, DP Facades. Mr. Mukesh Jetli, Director, Projects, Wagwa Group. Ms. Namrata Mehra, Associate Vice President, Godrej Properties. Mr. Reza Kabul, Founder, Reza Kabul Architects. And Mr. Vishal Shah, Director, Glees Huluman. I think we should definitely capture this moment where we have all our esteemed jury members. So gentlemen, I'm going to request you to give us your best smiles. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Khan, I'm going to ask you to stay with me on stage. If you could please stay with me on stage. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get the night rolling. It's time to present our first award of the evening. And Mr. Khan, I'm going to request you to do the honors. This is the Zak Award for Excellence in Facade Design, Residential. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the nominees.
And the nominations are Another Sky, Bengaluru, Design House Solutions. Landmark Vertica Apartments, Chennai, Kempavi Architecture Foundation. Corbell House, Bengaluru, Kamat and Rosario Architecture.
The award goes to Kamat and Rosario Architecture.
In the times that we live in, sustainability is the key. Makers of commercial buildings, ladies and gentlemen, make this the most important consideration. Our next award is for Zak Award for Excellence in Facade Design, Commercial. And to present the award, let's welcome on stage Mr. Ashish Kapoor, Sales Director, Shuko, India.
And the nominations are Hexalace Mohali, Studio Ardette. Esplanade 1, Bhubaneswar, Practice Design. Mindtree East Campus, Bengaluru, CNT Architects.
The award goes to CNT Architects, Bangalore.
When we assumed institutional buildings were boring and staid. The facade designers today have changed this entire perception. It's time to give away the Zak Award for Excellence in Facade Design, Institutional, and to present the award, may I please invite Mr. Alok Agarwal, Managing Director, Ozone, India. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Nadia's Wellness Center, Bengaluru, Cadence Architects. Dr. Ambedkar International Center, New Delhi, RT and Associates. National Institute of Securities Market, Heighton Sethi Architects.
And the award goes to Cadence Architects.
If there's one more important aspect of hospitality, then of course that has to be space. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to honor the facades of buildings of the hospitality sector. And to present the award for excellence in facade design hospitality, please help me welcome Ms. Sonia Prashar, Managing Director, IGCC.
And the nominations are Doubletree by Hilton, Ahmedabad, Studio Symbiosis. Spectra Convention Center, Mysuru, Ace Group Architects. Majuli Rest House, Kolkata, Microspace.
Let's see who the winner is.
So category excellence in facade design, hospitality. Congratulations, ACE Group Architects.
All right, I've been told Mr. Edwin Saldana will be receiving the award on their behalf. Ms. Pushar, Managing Director, Newsberg Messe, India. Thank you so much. Our next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the developers that make our sacred spaces. Yes, I'm talking about the ones we call home. To present this award, I'd like to welcome on stage Mr. Nilab Nagar, Senior Associate Architect, Hafiz Contractor. Thank you so much. I believe Mr. Nagar is running late and will be joining us shortly. Thank you so much for joining me to do the honors. Okay, let's take a look at the nominees.
SP7 Mumbai, S. Raheja Realty. 77 Place, Bengaluru, Divyashree Developers. Prisma Mumbai, Oberoi Realty.
The winner is?
S. Raheja Realty. Ladies and gentlemen, the skyline of any city is really essentially a result of the idea of the developers of our country. And for that, of course, we need to honor our developers who played a very important role in not just defining, but redefining the skyline. It's time to present the Zak Award for Facade Project of the Year Developer Commercial. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Techno IT Park Mumbai, the Wadwa Group. Century Greens Marketing Office, Bengaluru, Century Real Estate Holdings.
Lovely. Congrats. The award goes to Century Real Estate Holdings.
Thank you so much for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mr. Lars Anders, CEO, Prideman Facade Experts. Okay then, now it's time to honor someone who has made a remarkable contribution to the industry. He's really set standards, ladies and gentlemen, that cannot be matched. And he's played such a pivotal role in shaping Mumbai and making it with what it resonates today. He's an integral part of the facade and fenestration industry and has achieved various milestones in his journey as a developer of this modern day. Ladies and gentlemen, before we actually invite him on stage, let's take a look at some of the work Wadhwa developers have done. Wadhwa Group, it's time to present the award for outstanding contribution by the facade industry. And to do the honors, I'd first like to invite on stage Mr. and Mrs. Nimish Ajmera, Director, Ajmera Realty, and the man himself, Mr. Zak. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Vijay Wadhwa, Chairman, Wadhwa Group, to receive the honor tonight.
In a very responsible profession. All of us sitting here can make the lives of people happy or miserable. It all depends what we conceive. Basically, try to give fresh air and light to all human beings. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Wadhwa sahab, thank you so much for accepting this invitation. 4 दिन पहले मैं आया था आपके पास. आप एक क्लास ले रहे थे आपके आर्किटेक्ट्स को आपके ऑफिस में, कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में, और मुझे पूछ रहे थे, जाकिर ये जो कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हो आप लोग दुनिया भर, ये क्या बेनिफिट देता है? तो ये बेसिकली कह रहे थे कि जाकिर एक वर्कशॉप लो मेरे आर्किटेक्ट्स को. तो मैं बोला, सर वी हैव टू अपग्रेड नॉलेज. डॉक्टर की एक स्टोरी बताया मैंने, दैट वाज वेरी रिवीलिंग फॉर यू. And also, I told that how important is when we are doing the conferences that we gain knowledge. Wadhwa sahab ko bola, sab aap aiye, please come. We want to honor you for the best things you have done for the facade industry. And हर घर में एक बेटा होता है, दामाद होता है. बेटा और दामाद को मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगा. Mr. Naveen, a big hand for Mr. Naveen, please. Naveen is the future of Wadhwa. So, मुझे नहीं पता, आज सवेरे मुझे नवीन का इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ 10:02 AM at the entrance of Zak Doors and Windows. Thank you, Wadhwa Sahab. Thank you so much. Now, this gentleman, 8:32. Can anybody tell what's the time, please? 8:15. ये जा रहे थे किसी के निक्का पे, निक्का या एंगेजमेंट, किसी का वेडिंग सेरेमनी, तो उर्दू में निक्का बोलते. तो ये जा रहे थे और ईशा ने कन्विंस किया, इन्होंने बोला 15 मिनट, और वाधवा साहब ने मुझे ब्लैकमेल किया, बोला कि जाकिर सिर्फ 15 मिनट के लिए मैं आऊँगा. सर आधा घंटा. तो मैं तो मेरे घुटनों पे चले गया आज. मैं बोला सर 30 मिनट्स. Even though we were running late, I expected him on time and he came on time. And sir, I'm going to send you home on time. 9 o'clock you go to bed, 8:30 you go to wedding. Thank you so much. And I want Nimesh to say a few words. Nimesh.
Wadhwaji, thank you very much. It was indeed a pleasure to give you this award. Although I'm very young to you, but all my best wishes to you and entire Wadhwa family.
Thank you for respecting Mr. Wadhwa the way you've done it. And he's actually a legacy. We all at Wadhwa Group are fortunate to get his learnings. And his learnings are not only for people at Wadhwa Group. He is always willing to teach anybody. His 50 years of experience in the real estate space, he's saying, कोई भी आओ मेरे पास सीख के जाओ. मेरे पास जितना experience है मैं देने को ready हूँ. He's here to give to the industry, and it's up to us to take it. I am fortunate to get it. I think that opportunity is with all of us here. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Zak. Thank you, Mr. Ajmera. It's time to thank our platinum partners for this evening, Komaling, a German UPVC profile manufacturing company. Let's take a quick look at their corporate AV.
We are a brand that has been gratifying the infrastructural needs of quality living. A brand with a splendid history of more than a century. A brand that revolutionized the fenestration industry with the groundbreaking technology of UPVC windows and doors. We are Comalink. With a legacy of more than 100 years, Comalink is one of the strongest brands of the Profine Group, one of the leaders in fenestration industry. At present, Comalink is supplying to about 50 countries across the world, India being one of them. We have initiated an Indian expansion, from a medium-scale extrusion facility to a mega extrusion facility in Vadodara, Gujarat. Our Vadodara extrusion facility is a fully mechanized state-of-art establishment spread over an area of 20,000 square meters with extrusion capacity of up to 15 lines, capable of producing up to 15,000 metric tons of UPVC profiles per annum. The facility manufactures and supplies UPVC profiles for casement windows and doors, outward, inward open, sliding windows and doors, tilt and turn windows, lift and slide doors, sliding folding doors, tilt and slide doors. Comalink window and door systems offer advantages like our systems fulfill the American standard AS 4420 and AS 2047 requirements. Our quality management system has been awarded the British Standards Institute BSI certificate and Spanish ANOR, and our UPVC profiles are manufactured as per DIN EN 12608 standard. Besides the manufacturing unit, the facility also has a foiling line, exclusive showroom, large warehouse for storage of profiles, and Profine Academy. Highly skillful and dedicated workforce and close associations with our channel partners have resulted in our success today, alongside prosperous collaborations with infrastructural giants across India. We are conceived for convenience, powered by innovation, and designed for the future. We are Comalink.
Let's have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, our platinum partners, Comalink. You know, it's true that every small detail counts, but in the end, it's always the smaller details that really make a mark and result in attaining what we all call perfection. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, we need to honor the one who executes it. That's what this next set of awards is for. Zak Award for Excellence in Window Execution. And to present the first award, ladies and gentlemen, which is the Zak Award for Excellence in Window Execution Aluminium Project, may I please welcome on stage Mr. Alex Danziguin, Managing Director, Technoform. And as he joins us on stage, let's take a quick look at the nominees.
Last Leaf Chennai, Tirmal Facade Solutions. Embassy 1 North Tower, Bengaluru, Alifit, India. SNN Raj Eternia, Bengaluru, Gita Aluminium Company.
Good evening. And the winner is Gita Aluminium Company.
The next award this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is to celebrate the precision of execution. And to give away the award, I'd like to invite Mr. Piyush Srivastav, National Facades Head, Shuko, India.
And the nominations are residents of Mr. Golcha and Mrs. Arti Kunor, Lingle Window and Doors Technologies. Suba Residence, Bengaluru, GSC Glass. Sport King Farmhouse, Ludhiana, Austin Glaze.
The winner is GSC Glass.
It's time to honor our next award for the category, which is Zak Award for Excellence in Window Execution UPVC Project. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Amar Tendulkar, President, Planning and Design, Omkar Realty.
And the nominations are GIZ Headquarters, New Delhi, Lingle Window and Doors Technologies. Tractors India, Greater Noida, Lingle Window and Doors Technologies. Lakeside Habitat, Bengaluru, Fenestra Building Systems.
Congratulations, Lingle Window and Doors Technologies.
You to stay with me to present the next award, ladies and gentlemen, which is for Excellence in Window Execution UPVC Retail. Let's take a look at the nominees.
And the nominations are Kishore Residence, Chennai, Lingle Window and Doors Technologies. Lapkaman, Ahmedabad, Lingle Window and Doors Technologies. Deepak Kansal and Amandeep Kansal Residence, Chandigarh, Lingle Window and Doors Technologies.
May I welcome the gentleman again.
Woo! So every once in a while, a piece of work comes along that changes all the norms. It in fact moves the entire industry in a whole new direction. But to do that, ladies and gentlemen, it takes all hands on the deck. While the developer envisions, the architect conceptualizes, of course, the contractor is the one who makes the vision a reality through his execution. Working together in perfect harmony to achieve their goals in record time, you know how it is absolutely commendable. Hence, our next award will be given jointly to an architect, a developer, and a contractor. To present the award, ladies and gentlemen, may I please invite on stage Mr. Peter Ottman, CEO, Messe Nürnberg.
The award goes to Glass Wall Systems. Compliments. Goes to India Bulls under Bombay.
once again, it is time for me to thank our gold partners, ladies and gentlemen, Dow Chemical, for coming on board for the Zak Awards and continuing our bond. Let's take a look at their corporate video. To our next set of awards, it's my absolute honor and pleasure that a leading member of the Facade community, ladies and gentlemen, has flown down all the way from Germany to share his thoughts with this August gathering. He is the CEO of Prideman Facade Experts, a company with, of course, a very impressive portfolio of iconic and award-winning developments globally. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome with a warm round of applause, Mr. Lars Anders.
Yeah, hello to everybody. There's a lot of speed in that thing. The good news first, the speech is not in German. I'm going to try my English. I'm very pleased to be here. It is worth to fly down here. And I would like to talk to you about facade glass and digital disruption and how to lose your heart in India. That belongs to Vijay. I mean, that we met after such a long time, that made my day. Vijay was our first client in India. He picked me up in Dubai and convinced me to come and work, and I just can say I appreciate. Yeah, so the question is, why me? I mean, we are operating global. When I came to the company, I was the 6th employee. Reza is here as well. And so the question is, why me doing a presentation? And we have a long footprint in India. The Zak Awards did a lot of good things for me. So I'm very pleased to be here. It's day-to-day business. What are we doing is we are facade engineers in a lot of parts of the world. We do projects in Germany, which are mainly consultancy projects you see here. And then we started later on in the Middle East, what might come up. These are more engineering projects. And I would like to take you into the digital world and on that mix and obvious, based on what we got provided on chances in that part of the world, we were allowed to work in India of some of your projects. Sustainable design is extremely complex, you know that, you work with that, and the majority of people being here today have to play the role of fighting by balancing quality, time, and concept stages, by getting things going as they should go. But one of the problems, what we see globally, and that is a change, what might happen through the digitalization, is that contracts are dividing responsibility. We give it a new chance. And that is creating certain conflicts. And in the digital area, we see certain signs that this kind of division between design responsibility and execution responsibility might change. You are all aware of BIM, Building Information Modeling. And when I look back in those times when we engineered complex projects, there was always a certain limitation and restriction to not hand over digital data. And the BIM information modeling thing might work or not so good in the current situation, but the interesting part of it is that clients, architects are handing over data to the execution team where you really put your feedback into those data to work it down. So, the digital data transfer might rebuild the joint liability on projects. And that is a certain drive into a new area where writing performance specification and just marking them design intent only is not probably the future, because that kind of resistance on of taking the responsibility will get digital disrupted, and the facade consultants might be part of that. So, change may come. And any change in the world is a chance to approach jointly projects in a different way. And I would like to look with you on a few inspiring things where what we learned today, contractors, architects, and developers did work together to get things appropriate going. And I got a bit inspired of Steve Jobs long time back when he stated that you have to do things different. You cannot judge on the other's work by saying I'm doing it better or not. He created products where actually a demand was not even available because nobody waited for that in that time. And through the digital process in the construction work, we might go through a similar change as well. The question is, why not to provide services to the whole chain of services by executing projects? Right now we have a resistance on that. It is always leading into letters of no objection. People try to cut that in apart, but what we faced is that you can much more fluent in a better collaboration execute jobs if people take responsibility through the whole process. And that is something what you can see here. When the investor, the architect, the main contractor, and the fabricator works jointly together with a joint responsibility, you don't need that lady on the right balancing problems. Why not just trying that, and how to move forward in that process? How to move forward in that process. So just dream. We had a client in Germany where I would like to show you an outcome of our research and development center and our facade consultancy branch, where a client came into the office and just said, I want something what haven't been done before. He was looking for an innovation. He was looking for a fully glazed building, what is, as per energy standards, nearly impossible in Germany to do. So we studied certain types of facade options and found a very old approach from the 80s, which is a classical exhaust air facade. It is a kind of facade where you outside build a double glazed unit and inside you add a single glazed unit and you bring the air conditioning system through that to take the load away. And during my time in the Middle East, when people closed curtains to keep the heat from your back away because the inside of glazing was so warm, an idea was developed to use textile blinds inside to create a double skin facade. Not an extra investment, not an additional cleaning. We are just using the double skin facade to execute such a work. There is a little rendering, it might run. And what you will see is that it is a regular glazed unitized curtain wall as you do every day here. And it is smart engineering, and life is sometimes like a kiss. You need to keep it simple. And it is a very simple solution. There is just a regular roller blind you use for anti-glare systems, but we are using it as our cavity building product to create a double skin facade without paying for a double skin facade. And that was provided and paid from the client. We had 15 months time to work on that, to study on that, and that is bringing actually solutions in place which are not more costly. They just have a digital base on computer simulation to understand airflow through textiles, airflow in the cavity, and to understand actually how it works. And when you look on double skin facade, there is a lot of wastage in time because you lose a lot of rentable space. And still in the now upcoming closed cavity facades, there's still a very big box where you pay a lot of glass units and all that, And with that kind of approach, where you don't do anything in addition, you ended up with a kind of double skin when the sun comes around. And we achieved Elite Platinum certificate without spending any more money. The client asked for a little bit more in the openable flaps. We used electrochromic glazing, which is coming more fashionable. It is a bit costly right now, but when products get used, obvious prices drop down. And then the client asked as well, can we avoid the cleaning machines and all that? So we started to research in the market if there's a better idea than putting people into a gondola and waiting that they are cleaning buildings. So we found in the solar industry a horizontal robot who was cleaning those elements, and with the help even of our client, we transferred that machine into a machine cleaning facades. And that little fellow is hanging on a regular rope system. The water is coming through the rope, which is carbon fiber, and you use 7 to 8 times less water than during hand cleaning. You know that from your dishwashers, and it is doing it fully automatic, going there. And that was another innovation which was possible because the client was insisting on deep research in the early days and studying computer models to see if such a thing can work. Another option is about deformation. I'm pretty sure the glazing industry is here. All of you are aware of cold-banded glass elements. But it goes again to the aspect of how to collaborate and how to share responsibility. That project, we started as a facade consultant. We designed it, and as you can see, it got a certain complex drift, but mainly related to the local industry. We had to divide all the glazings and diagonals, and that is very difficult with like when you process it and you temper it, that the small spikes might break and all that. But there was no availability in that stage in the Middle East and UAE to accept a cold-banded glass approach on the facade. And it ended up being very costly. What looks easier with a diagonal costs a lot of more money than a more advanced solution with cold-banded glazing. So after we could not contract it, we went into the contract, took liability on executing the work on behalf of the client. He gave us a letter of no objection. We were allowed to swope, and we jointly did it with a fabricator. So again, by bringing workforces together and experiences, we could finally do it with cold-banded glass. There were no diagonals. The architect was happy, and the price went down into budget because producing flat glass in a certain size is much simpler than cut it in pieces. And the last job, I would like to look with you in scale, because India, everything is big and great. And that is a project we started with Norman Foster from London, again as a facade consultant. And as you can see, the unitized curtain wall is extremely big. It is 6 meters in width, 12 meters in height. One panel is 8,400 or 8.4 tons, 8,400 kgs. And again, because it is in the Ural, in Siberia, here you have beautiful weather. In Siberia, we have minus 38 degrees. We could not find a contractor to do it, so during collaboration, insisted from the client, by working together digital, we went through the process, we created a system, in this case together with Schuko, and got things going without appointing an extremely expensive resource from overseas. It was about local collaboration with a Russian company. We did all the digital printing, all this what sounds like rocket science is in the market already available. He gave us permission to plan a factory with plasma machines where we can send today digital-based data from Berlin to Russia to program those machines and take the local industry into a new level of execution. And it is not about us, anybody collaborating in the direction based on digital data can go for that, because you have an exchange and you have a common platform, and at the same time to weld all these elements which are so heavy. It took 18 hours to weld one we are using a robot, and all this, I understand the level of working hours in India, but trust me, this technology and all that, based on the digital influence, will reach that market as well. And then we build those elements, and I try to jump and speed up a bit. It's big. We tested it at Schuko. They needed to open their roof for the size of the elements. But this is a mixture of people with contractors, with clients, with architects and fabricators, exactly what was given by the last award, that instead of dividing forces and having here design and having their execution in a joint process, digital-based, very advanced things are very much possible. So if it is a digital, there is no other option. You see in the market what is happening. The biggest companies are going based on information into progress and not based on a product anymore. Uber is not owning taxis. Facebook is collecting mainly information, and I'm pretty sure that you are aware of that digital change. But the biggest risk right now, when you stand in front of what is waiting in that digital disruption for you, is your own success. When things run, lots of industry think that digital change will not reach me. We are making a lot of money. That happened to Kodak Industries because they developed the first camera digital, but they saw that it's not good enough. Professional photographs stated the quality is not good. Therefore, they ignored it, and we ended up in a situation that everybody can do perfect pictures today. And if you look on another aspect of that, that is a picture from Korea, and this is how companies start digital making money. That is from the cosmetic industries. I'm not sure if you have to buy these things from time to time when you travel for your wife. It's extremely painful to buy and pay for that cream. Interesting on that aspect is that it is customized as per customer. People go into a shop, the skin is getting scanned, and people do not pay for the cream. They pay for the change on their skin. That means that people come back to that store in a certain sequence, if it would jump, and then the skin is getting scanned again and getting scanned again, and only if the product is changing and transforming as per expectation, the money is getting paid. Digital check and customized products are changing this approach in our world, and they will change our facade industry as well. Design to order is a very important aspect. When you own a plant and when you dream of a new home, everything in architecture starts with kubatur, with surfaces, and we can expect that the digital tools allow people to serve, to think, and bring that in a much more advanced speed into life. And clients of tomorrow want to go shopping based on digital information. You can go shopping. When my daughter ordered her dress for her school finish, she plugged all the numbers into the internet. She had no idea where this dress is getting sewed and coming from, but based on the digital data, she got a dress, sent it over to Germany, which suited her like a swimsuit. So people want to go shopping based on that information. When digital data is available, we might see a certain drift between information and execution information and production. Just imagine when products are qualified in the last detail and the interfaces are qualified to the last detail, then people might order their windows where they get them on the best price. The question at the end of the day is, who is owning that information to guide that process? How can you be part of it? But this kind of going shopping, probably a lot of you are doing today. And in the facade industry, this is our dinosaur. This is so slow, so we rest in peace. But I believe that that will change again, that this can be built in 1/3 or in 1/4 of the time in future. In China, they executed a high-rise tower of 230 meters in less than 3 weeks. Every platform came with foldable walls. They sticked it on each other, and that is based on digital information. So we need maybe new business models. The technology is changing much faster than in the past. that might impact our industry as well. When glass technology is changing as fast as we can see it, why should stay glass so long in a building? Will it make sense after a certain period of use, when you have the digital information on size and quality, to use it further in Africa and to hang a new one in India earlier than in the past? We see a certain coming back from these semi-unitized curtain walls where you do not bond everything solid together, that you cannot upgrade it or change it, where when you use semi-unitized system, that systems are staying in place, the frameworks are staying in place, but the infill will get changed. There will be steel facades coming back to the industry to take more dead load in future. We will have self-carrying facades, and all that might come around the corner. So this is what we see in future, and we see in future data collection. The curtain wall is the barrier between inside and outside. There is so much information you can have when you understand where people are looking through shopping windows to what kind of product and where. This is the information what made Facebook rich and the others. And our industry so far is not collecting information, but that will come. And that is only possible based on digital data. Your curtain wall will tell you when it needs to get maintained, because the window in the washroom you use 20 times more often than the one in the living room to open for certain reasons. And that is something where maintenance will come into place. And that is big business, maintaining things. The car industry in Germany is not making money anymore by selling cars. They are leasing cars to their owners, and that means because they lease it, they own it and not the person who runs it. That means they dictate where to maintain it. You cannot go to your brother around the corner to get it repaired. They are making much more money out of maintenance today in the car industry than out of selling cars or renting cars. And there are the digital business chances you might see, and you will see in India as well. Advanced companies will seek competitive advantage, and these are those companies who wake up early enough and start to run. And very important is that digital transformation can mean that risk-taking is becoming a cultural norm in your company. We are running service in Dubai, where our office in Kerala is engineering online the same time with engineers in Germany, because they share risk on such complex projects. It is not one person getting scared of going into that channel. There are 20, 30, 40 people in the same time working on that, controlling each other, supporting each other, and allowing amazing things to be done, because it is not that one person is frightened. Digital information being shared is pushing your limits, and people enjoy, because they are not alone. And to attract best talents, that guy on the left is from Turkey. He called us for a meeting and have asked us, what do you think why I want to work in Friedemann? And I said, probably because we are great engineers. He said, no, I'm interested in your information. And in Turkey, I don't get it. Move me to Berlin or put us online, because we were late with the system. Young entrepreneurs, the young people you need for your business tomorrow, they are interested in information and digitalization. And these people are beyond that standard that in the older days the best income was for the oldest people, and we will respect experience. These young people are those people you need for your work tomorrow. And this is actually what I showed 5 years back when I was on my first Zak show. What happens if we invest and develop on our people and they leave us? And one answer could be, what happens if we do not invest in our people and they stay? Education is the most important thing in the digitalization process to move your business forward. You need to offer to people to make them smart. In Cochin, we have 70 engineers. With the help of Milind, we brought them to a different level. But these people are hungry to learn. And that is so fabulous in India. You have all these people who want to learn, and digitalization allows you in offices, outside of offices, to do so. And what happened? No. There is, yeah, and I want to show you that. Construction business is a man's world by nature, but our company is getting moved by women. That is very interesting as well. The left one is our CFO. She started on a fair in Dubai as a fair person, as a hostess, and in those days she was grilling burgers in McDonald's to stay alive. Emil, corporate design responsible, came through an educational trial. Stephanie worked on a fair as well. I saw her speech. And Maria was a hostess in a hotel in Dubai, and she helped me to get things going. She is currently studying in Liverpool HR and will move to Germany to run the business. That might sound a bit European, but I can tell you there is nothing so inspiring as mixing women into this man's business of construction. They are fabulous. And probably you know it from home. The majority of us have an owner probably at home. So, and how do I lose my heart in India? I saw Reza, he is there. Mr. Vijay left already. But these has been the early projects. My fabrication friend is there. Your factory was the first factory I was privileged to see in India. And I have to say it is a blessing working here. It is different. And collecting money is pain on the backside. But it is a challenge and inspiring and extremely special. I can tell you that it is a wonderful nature. Anis Bakar on the left is my longest partner, an Indian I met in Dubai. And I just can tell you, I flew for the day here to show appreciation because you have something in hand with these people which is so wonderful and inspiring and unbelievable. That is my team. You have no idea what it means for a European from Berlin to go in Kerala on one of those boats and eat with fingers with your gang. My place where I ate was the biggest mess you can expect on that boat. I have no clue how they do that. Everything was clean and I was sitting in the center of rice and curry because we don't know how to do that. But it gives you something. It gives you something special. And based on that, you can move the world. These are my Zak people. I have to say again, thank you for supporting us globally and giving us stages wherever we come, wherever we want. And I can tell you, digital transformation is not driven by technology. Digital transformation is driven by strategy, and strategy is management responsibility. It will not come from down under. If you want to jump on that train, it needs to come from the head, or we have a different term in Germany what says any fish starts stinking if the head. If you forget to move on with that, we might lose the chance to work together. Thank you for paying attention.
Thank you for talking to us straight from the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to march into our next set of awards for excellence in facade execution. Natural light, however abundantly is available, fails to seep in as generously in our everyday lives. Living and working every day in concrete blocks makes it so difficult for us sometimes to grasp this natural resource. Skylight, ladies and gentlemen, in any building is really what makes us connect the inside to the outside. So to present our next award, I'd like to welcome on stage Mr. Barun Pal Chaudhary, Director, Design and Building, Shapurji Palanji, and Mr. Vivek Dubey, Federation of Safety Glass, nominate. Please do join me on stage, gentlemen. Let's take a look at the nominations.
And the nominations are Glasshouse Devanagari, Karnataka, Argo Facades. Central Courtyard of Rastamji, Cambridge International School, Mumbai, Citadel Building System.
And the winner is
Argo
Facades.
Project Glasshouse, Karnataka.
And I've been told that this award has been won by another person as well. So I want you to announce our next winner.
The winner is Fuso Glass India.
Cladding always adds a layer to the protection of the building. And with that, of course, it also adds character to every building and helps to break the monotony. Ladies and gentlemen, time to present the Zak Award for Excellence in Facade Execution, Cladding. And the nominees are...
And the nominations are Skyview Hyderabad, Alufit, India. Quest Mall, Kolkata, Construction Catalyzers. Sindhudurg Airport, Navi Mumbai, Alu Ems.
The winner is Quest Mall, Kolkata.
We have someone from Construction Catalyzers to receive the award. We have a gentleman receiving it on their behalf, ladies and gentlemen. Glazing, in the end, is what brings it all together. It joins all the pieces and makes every facade a whole. Our next award, ladies and gentlemen, is Zak Award for Excellence in Facade Execution, Point Fixed Glazing. And I'd like to call upon Mr. Abhay Kulkarni, President, the Indian Film Combine, and Mr. Sandeep Joshi, Dow Chemicals, to please join me on stage to present the award.
And the nominations are RMZ Eco World Glassbox, Bengaluru, Alufit, India. Omkar 1973, Mumbai, Aluplex, India.
And the winner is Aluplex, India, for Omkar 1973.
Ladies and gentlemen, the interface between the exterior and the interior is what curtain wall is, after all. It's the face of the building. It really encompasses aesthetic performance and determines how the building behaves. So to present the award for excellence in facade execution, curtain wall, please help me invite on stage Chairman Zak Group, Mr. Syed Zakir Ahmad.
And the nominations are Goldman Sachs Regional HQ, Bengaluru, Alufit, India. Intel SRR4, Bengaluru, Alufit, India. Omkar 1973, Mumbai, Aluplex, India.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Guess who the winner is for the curtain wall? Any guesses? We don't have a winner, we have winners. May I request to call upon stage the two brothers, the dons of the facade industry, Mr. Naveen Keswani and Pankaj Keswani, to come up on stage, please. Aluplex for Omkar 1973. And Mr. Pankaj Keswani of Alufit for Intel Sira, Bengaluru. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor. In fact, I swapped this after I saw the results, that this award I am going to give. because very problematic handling these two brothers, okay? Very dangerous brothers, very sweet fellows. I love them from the bottom of my heart. May I have the awards, please? Pankaj and Naveen Bhai, before I ask you to say a few words, we appointed E&Y, Ernst & Young, to do the auditing. It was really a big challenge because this is really a mess for us to handle this department of who is the winner and who is the loser. Trust me, the way they came out with excellent result, most of the winners here are not our participants. That shows the genuinity, how E&Y has evaluated their credibility in getting their awards. Now coming to Mr. Naveen Keswani, Aluplex, they built in facade, that is your curtain wall, which is unconventional for balconies, and which was amazing. And by the way, Rohan, congratulations to you. I believe your presentation was excellent. And Pankaj Keswani for your Intel project. Thank you so much. Congratulations, you two both. May I request Naveen Keswani to say a few words and then Pankaj Keswani.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed an honor that both of us come here to pick up an award of international excellence, wherein we all are proud to be part of the facade industry. We've created it, we're born with it, and the best part is that both of us, or rather my sons also, I would say, have passion to work in this business. We believe in teamwork, spirit, drive, and above all, partnership with the owner. With these few words, I give it to Pankaj.
पंकज को हमने बुलाया था न्यूयॉर्क वर्ल्ड ऑफ फैसाड्स कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए आपको अटेंड करने के लिए. वो पूरा हद के साथ पूरा फाइनलाइज कर दिया था, लेकिन आखिर में दीपिका पादुकोण और रणवीर सिंह की शादी हो गई बिकॉज योर फैमिली फ्रेंड्स, हिज डॉटर इज वेरी क्लोज टू दीपिका, सो आई थिंक ही प्रेफर्ड दीपिका रणवीर सिंह वेडिंग टू ज़ैक वर्ल्ड ऑफ फैसाड्स. याद रखूंगा मैं.
Thank you. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I would always be the best man, never the winner, right? Never the groom. So we were nominated in 4 categories. Finally happy to see that we've won it in the facade for glazing, which is the top-notch award for the night. I just want to take this opportunity to thank my team who's there behind. Can you please stand up? Thank you. They're the people who've made this possible for us. Right, I'd be nothing. A leader is nothing without his team. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. And it's a great satisfaction to today share this with my brother. He's always been a role model to me, a guide, philosopher, and a friend. And what better opportunity than to share stage with him today. Thank you so much. And I'd just like to call upon Ahad too, to join his dad. I mean, the whole picture would be complete then.
Ahad is very naughty fellow. He is telling me he won't do the introduction in the beginning. He said, let my younger brother do. What love for brothers. One is Naveen Keswani, and the other one is Pankaj Keswani. Thank you so much. Ahad, a few words. Few words.
Congratulations to all the winners. I'm happy
that
we won.
Talk something different.
I just got to know about the results yesterday regarding this category, and I was stunned. So it's awesome that both the brothers have won the award. I think it's a special day. I think for all of us. I think even for us as organizers, it's very special because I read the jury comments and were identical. You know, that speaks volumes of how both of them have executed their respective projects. It was unbelievable to see the jury comments, especially. And there was a special mention, as Dad mentioned earlier, about Rohan. I think he got couple of extra points for his way of presenting. So fantastic jobs, both Omkar, 1973 and Intel. And you will not believe you had the ENY team actually visiting both these projects to see if there is any shortfall in what has been presented, and they were amazed by both the projects. So congratulations to the winners, both Alufit and Aluplex.
Fantastic. Talking about facade, ladies and gentlemen, today where there's a facade, there's always glass. Therefore, this year we introduce the category for outstanding application of glass in a project, which is for hand-in-glove coordination between the architect and a glass process. To give away the award tonight, please help me welcome on stage Mr. K. Ravi Shankar, Dow Chemicals, and Mr. Vivek Bhole, Principal Vivek Bhole Architects. The nominees, please.
ATC Tower, New Delhi, Glass Tech Industries, India. Glass House, Devanagari, Karnataka, Fuso Glass, India. BASF Navi Mumbai, FG Glass Industries.
And the award goes to FG Glass Industries.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, it's time to thank our other gold sponsor, Shuko. And let's take a look at their AV.
Buildings are our focus.
Fantastic. Our gold sponsors. I'd like to invite Mr. Ashish Kapoor, Sales Director, Shuko India, sir, to please join me on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, it's been a fun evening so far, and I hope everyone's having a good time. So yesterday, we were at the inauguration of the exhibition, and we were talking to Zakir Saab and Ahad, and we were talking about where it all started in 2014, where Shuko India first collaborated with the Zak Group for the world of facade and the world of window conferences. Since then, like you saw from the AV, they have expanded to over 25 countries, bringing these conferences to these countries. And we're really proud to say that Shuko has been partnering with them in over 20 of these 25 countries. In 2017, last year, we had the first Zak Awards in Mumbai, and Shuko India partnered with the Zak Group once again. It was a great experience to recognize and award the achievements of the facade and fenestration industry throughout the country. And we are doing so once again this year. Finally, I would like to say that congratulations not only to all the winners, but also all the nominees. It is a privilege just to be nominated for these prestigious awards. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kapoor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Zak Award for Excellence in Facade Design Hospitality, which went to Ace Group Architects. I believe the gentleman from Ace Group Architects was not with us at that point, but he is with us this evening, so I'm going to request him to please join me on stage to receive the award. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Edwin had received the award on his behalf. So Mr. Edwin, I'd request you to join me on stage with the award. And let's make sure it goes to Ace Group Architects this evening itself. greatest honors tonight has been reserved for the powerhouse of the industry, the ones who give meaning to every brick and metal, the ones who make the most thoughtful use of space, ladies and gentlemen, the ones who really make things happen. I'm talking about the developers. Our next award is Outstanding Contribution by a Developer to the Facade Industry. And to present this award, please help me welcome back on stage Mr. Syed Zakir Ahmad, Chairman and Managing Director, Zak Group.
With due respect, may I request Mr. B. Narayan, Reliance Industries, to please come up on stage and take the award for outstanding contribution to the facade industry. A big hand for Mr. B. Narayan, please. Louder, I can't hear. A big hand for Mr. B. Narayan. In 2020, we are now doing our exhibitions in Bandra Kurla complex for probably so many years. We are finding it great difficulty. I'm supposed to come from Chennai 21 days earlier, set up the entire tent. But no more. I will come one day before, set up everything in your convention hall and organize 30,000 square meter exhibition in 40,000 square meter exhibition in 2020. Is a deal?
Why in 2020? Why not in 2019?
No, every alternative we go. So the next alternative is in Delhi. And that also we are the number 2 people in Pragati Maidan to have our expo at the new convention center. Mr. B. Narayan to say a few words, please.
It'll be my pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, I accept this award with the utmost humility at my command.
Thank you.
And at the same time, I'm accepting this award on behalf of all those people who are contributing to the development of this convention center that we are building, which is going to be ready, as he announced. Actually, it's going to be next year, but probably year after next, it'll be available for Zak Award function.
Please book 40,000 square meters and do not say there is no space. Because Mr. Mukesh Ambani has taken away all my hotel rooms. I don't have rooms in the hotel.
Excellent idea. Yeah, I'll pass on the message anyway.
Please.
It's a great pleasure to be here amongst all of you. And as I mentioned to you, it's on behalf of those people who have contributed to the success of the exhibition center that we are building, and all those consultants, the architects, the equipment suppliers, and material suppliers, contractors, and consultants, and our project managing contractors, and also our employees, my colleagues, who are putting in a lot of efforts day in, day out. And just look, talking about the facade, and we, while designing and selecting the materials for the facade, be it glass or stone cladding, we have taken 3 factors into account. Number 1 is safety, because we have gone in for the DGUs with the proper wind tunnel test conducted, and the sizing of the thickness calculations we have considered after taking into account enough pressure. And that's one is the safety, and the second is the energy conservation. And the third element we have considered is aesthetics. Because as you all know, the facade, after all, is going to be seen from outside. The people are going to be looking at it, it's going to be love at first sight. And it's only then they are going to decide whether to enter this complex or not. So we believe that the facade as such is a very important and critical aspect of any building. And we have taken a lot of care to ensure that it is being given adequate attention while designing and selecting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And at the same time, I also congratulate all those winners of the awards. We know that there's been a huge list of awardees. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Narayan.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I think we may have to wait for a minute because we're going for a photo opportunity.
Yes, and we have one more.
Yes, we have one more award to be given. Vikas Oberoi from Oberoi Reality. Outstanding contribution to the facade industry. Vikas Oberoi from Oberoi Reality. Mr. Irfan, on behalf of Oberoi Reality, is going to take the award. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you so much for, I think, those who have contributed to this award function, to the Expo, Glass Tech, Doors and Windows, Aluminium Extrusions at the MMRDA grounds, which started yesterday and concludes on Sunday, the 9th of December. I request the sponsors, Komerling, to please come on stage for a photo opportunity. I request Shuko to please come up on stage for a photo opportunity. Dow Corning to come up on stage for a photo opportunity. And I request my good friend, Mr. Peter Ottman from Messe Nuremberg to please come up on stage. I want all the winners to please come up on stage. All the 42 awards which we gave, we want all the awardees to please come up on stage. We are going to take a photo opportunity, including Mr. B. Narayan, including Oberoi Reality. Everybody, please.